then there's times where I know their name and not their channel. Yeah. So.
And sometimes we know their name and call them by another name just because it's funny as all get out.
Who is it? Never heard of it. It's a girl.
Unforgettable people like Avid. And you're like, you can't forget Avid.
Can't forget him either.
I'm going to have to go check.
And everybody knows Chris's line is Sup. They may not remember he's Chris, but he's Mr. Leonard Mountain.
But there's not much you can do with me.
The other side. Point the other way.
The other way. Yeah.
Would it be Mexican Heine?
Yeah. Yeah.
You'd be proud of me, Amy. I made Nita a mess of tacos tonight for supper.
Nice.
Didn't nobody made me a mess of tacos for dinner.
The only thing that didn't come from Walmart was the beef, but at least I wasn't eating at the Cracker Barrel.
Oh, do you know? I just read that they're actually going back to the old logo because they got so much crap.
It ain't just about getting so much crap. There's 143 million reasons why they're going back to that old logo.
Uh-huh.
Their stock dropped $143 million in like 24 hours. It was unreal.
I had heard they fired that CEO lady who was bragging that changing their logo, everybody was in favor of it, and the only people she'd polled was upper management or something.
Dale. Well, she sounds hideous. What are you wearing? Khakis?
Well, she sounds hideous. Well, she's a guy, so okay. Who are you talking to? It's Jake from State Farm.
Jake from State Farm.
Oh my God, I love it.
Well, she's a guy, so.
Yeah. There was a place, I think it was Missouri, and they were refusing to go along. They said, we're keeping exactly the same thing. We're not changing.
Nice.
I thought, I wish more of them did that.
All right. Well, Tractor Supply, last year? Maybe? I think it was probably last year, maybe. But they were talking about
Blind Stitches Creation.
DIA or DE, something other, that diversity, inclusion, I don't know. The alphabet party. Anyway, they were talking about they're going to have so many women in management by blah, 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 and they were going to have gender-neutral bathrooms and all this crap, And their stock started doing that number, and they instantaneously started backing out to that, just backpedaling. Like, well, I mean, we're going to put the right people in the right position based, gender's not going to play a role, like their skills are going to play a role. I'm like, no crap, that sounds like a really good idea. Like, how about who cares if they're a boy or a girl? How about just the best people? Because and I think the line in the sand was they had a guy that was like uber qualified for this role, right? And they were going to give it to this other chick strictly because she was a female, and they had to hit this quota or whatever. And the guy threw a fit about it, or everybody else threw a fit for him. And that's when they started really like high gear in reverse backpedaling out of that crap.
I don't even remember what it was that hit the news, but it was big with the kids at my youth group at church. And they asked me what I thought of it. And I remember telling them, I really don't give a rip what they do because I'm not some woke mamby-pamby sissy. And they looked at me like I had just stomped on their last piece of candy or something, And I'm like, you shouldn't be either. Like, well, why shouldn't we be? I said, because that's not going nowhere.
Yeah.
There's an end to that.
The woke and multi-faceted alphabet letter soup, whatever you want to call them. No, they're not going anywhere. They don't change their life. They're going to be going somewhere else when it comes to eternity.
Yep. Well, we have direct instruction on that there's a lot of people that are going to miss out on eternal life. They're going to catch eternal death because they didn't repent from their evil deeds. And he lists them. I love how they list those in the Bible, and everybody will go to saying, well, it doesn't say anything about this in the Bible or this in the Bible. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it does.
Yes, it does. It has everything in there.
Yeah.
All sins, not just one, not just a few, every sin.
There ain't nothing new. I'm supposed to get to go visit tomorrow with the principal at the high school at Commerce again. And he's a Christian. I'm going to ask him if he's not interested in getting rid of the stuff out of his school that is teaching evolution. And I have a feeling he's going to say, well, we don't have anything here that teaches evolution. But yeah, I bet you can go to their library, any book they'd have on dinosaurs, what do you want to bet it says millions of years ago? And dinosaurs didn't roam the earth millions of years ago because the earth hadn't been invented. It's only about 6,000 years old. And so I don't know how that'll all end. I do know I took my youth group from church to a big concert back in the winter. It's called Winter Jam. They almost always have one at Tulsa, so it's not terrible far for us, and we go to that. And the tickets are cheap. They always have big name artists there, and it's really a pretty good concert. Well, they always advertise for Life Book. If you want a bunch of Life Books, we give them to you free if you promise to give them out. Well, I went through their whole deal on that. You know, it's all computerized. The Life Book, just a little book like this, says Life Book in the corner. This one is the Gospel of Mark. I signed up, told them I had, and I was thinking they might give me 40 or 50 of them. That's what they did last time. I told them I had less than 20 students. They sent me 900 books. Woo! When I got to church, there's 5 boxes of them stacked up in front of the door, and I'm like, what in the world's that? Yeah, they're Life Books. So I have more Life Books to give away than what there are students in Commerce.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's one of the things I'm going to talk to the principal about and see if I can't get him to let me go over there and give out Life Books to the students when they leave school. One day, I'll let him pick the day if he wants to do it. He has been really good to us before. He's actually let us take an evangelist into church and give a don't do drugs talk. And we had a girl that got saved, and they called an assembly of the whole high school. Everybody at the high school had to be there. And I just thought that was really cool. And so
I've done these before, and I've done them like the wordless book with the colors of what everything means. And I've done them, you know, every 3 rows and change the color. So it literally represents every part of that as a way of, you know, being able to, you know, share the gospel.
I don't know how much of this will get very far, but we're doing that. We're also fixing to, me and another pastor are getting together, going to put on a 5th quarter after their home football games this fall. And that'll be all new to me. I never even went to one when I was in high school. So watch the last.
I don't know how many of you guys have Nightbot on your channels, but my Nightbot has over 25 commands for Bible scriptures. Just hit the keyword and you hit the keyword, and it's going, whatever you may type in chat may trigger Nightbot. And I keep adding to it every day. Hey, Rima.
And we did a live recently, and we did it on, if anybody has Netflix, it's called The Quilters. And it's actually a prison in Missouri that is making blankets. They're quilting blankets. They're beautiful blankets. They've done 2,000 blankets for foster kids within their local area. And it's a men's prison, and they come together 5 days a week to volunteer their time to make these quilts. And they've done weighted blankets for children on the spectrum and done vests for them as well. So I did put, it's in the description of that video, I did put they do take donations because it's run solely on donations. So they take sewing machines and supplies and fabric and all that kind of stuff. I think it's wonderful to be able to, for them to be able to do something good in the mix of their situation. So what a wonderful program. Boy, do we need more of those kind of programs. We're trying to get a box together to send to them from our community because I think
maybe if we could teach more of that stuff in school, there wouldn't be so many people in prison.
Absolutely. Right? It needs to be even outside of it.
Yes.
But, this one guy, he said, I got to be tough in the prison, but he said, I come in here and I get to soften. And these guys got like letters of, from the people that they touched, these foster kids that maybe all they walked out with was the clothes on their back. And they're just in tears over these letters. And I thought, boy, do we need these and for the young people too, just to get them involved with doing this. What a wonderful thing. It was in Missouri. It's a Netflix special called The Quilters. And it was in Missouri. It's a prison in Missouri. And in the video on our channel is the actual, what they take, the address and so forth. And again, we are trying to get a box together to send fabric and sewing supplies and so forth. But I thought that was great. Boy, we need more of them, but we need them outside.
Yeah.
Hey, Marcelie.
Just your daughter and everyone's favorite girl. I knew it. I was going to whisper that underneath my breath so that Dale would say, and he got it already. Smoky Toes. She's in the chat. Marissa. Hello, Marissa.
And it's my daughter and son-in-law's 3rd anniversary today. So happy anniversary to them.
Happy anniversary.
Yes. Happy anniversary.
My name's not Adrian.
You see
me do it more in character. My name's not Adrian.
There's not much you can. I never, my last name, my maiden name, I used to have people go ahead fun with that. No, I'm not telling that one on here, but
don't say that here because you may not live it down.
But Mary, there wasn't really much they could do with Mary. I mean, there's just not much you can. I don't know how you can mess it up. Even though my last name now, people will ask to spell, and it's a very common last name. They'll say, "How do you spell that?" And I'm like, "You have got to be kidding me."
Brenda Huckabee. Hi, Brenda.
I used to be really good at making people's names into acronyms.
My mother's name is Mary, but everybody around knows her as Mary Sue. And our last name's Case, so it was Mary Sue Case. She told us she went with a friend of hers to the Cutting Horse Classic at Fort Worth one year, and those big overstuffed coats was a thing then, the kind that was real slick, zipper front, and they were sewed like pillows everywhere on them, and people would get them and have their name put on them. Well, she come back with one of those coats that had her name on it. And she said, you wouldn't believe how much trouble it was to get my name put on that. The guy apparently, when he first put it on there, printed it MERRYSUITCASE. Mary Suitcase.
Happy luggage.
Yeah. I'm like, what? What?
That backfired.
Yeah. I don't think the way he had it all poked full of holes that she was too happy with it when he tried to undo it, put it right, and he had to give her a whole nother jacket.
Well,
I'm sure that wouldn't come out right.
My grandfather was, he sat there and he said to me, he said, okay, say grandpa. And I could not say grandpa. I was probably about 2 years old. He said, say papu. Well, papu is grandfather in Greek. So I said papu just fine. But my grandmother was from Scotland. And she sat there and she said, I will not be called Yaya, which is grandmother in Greek. She said, in my case, it'll come out yo-yo. So she refused. But my daughter has said, you will be a Yaya. I'm like, I have no problem with that. She was a Nana, but she absolutely refused to be called Yaya.
Yeah, Dale is right. My mom doesn't mind being friends with anybody. She even is friendly with my family. We go to her house just about every Sunday to have lunch. And when Dale and Nana and I guess it was Jesse and Tina came to church, we're like, oh, you guys are going to lunch with us. You just didn't know. And they're like, oh, yeah, where are we going? And I'm like, Mom's house. They were like, are you sure this is okay? And I'm like, not only is it okay, she would be upset if I didn't come, and I'm just going to tell her you're with me. And they had a good plates. Yeah, that's right. Just get a couple more plates.
Avid, did you catch anything the other day?
Just a couple bullheads. Got 2 bullheads and I got 18 bluegills today, which are all bait. Gonna be for bait.
Nice.
So when I go to the river tomorrow night, I can put them on a hook and try to catch something bigger. Bullheads and flatheads don't like one another.
Bye, Poetic Tears.
Later, Poetic. Well,
he said your whole family was.
I know where flatheads are. If I put a bullhead out there where there's no bullheads in it, a flathead will find him. He'll either eat him or he'll kill him.
Yeah.
So
Mickey's Adventures. Hello, hello.
Well, guys, I've changed clothes, but I haven't ever took a shower yet. Tonight I'm all itchy. I was cutting trees earlier, and I did not sweat today since it never got above 78.
Good night,
Good night.
But my oldest son and I have been working on a couple tractors. I got one that's been sitting here since the first day that we tried to bale hay that had a serious hydraulic leak. And believe it or not, how did I fix it? I sat down here at this computer and watched 3 or 4 YouTube videos, try to figure it out, because the book on the tractor really ain't much help. And
Amy, if this would work, you would get a shower.
No, I want hot water. Sorry. So
that's about a gallon and a half of cold water.
The clutch went out on his tractor, and so we've got it split in half in the middle, and the parts are trickling in for it. And so we got the flywheel put back on the motor today, but he had some extra time, so he crawled underneath my tractor and went to looking at it, and we figured out. I thought it was a gasket that was leaking, and by the videos that I watched, I could tell it had O-rings in it. Those O-rings had been smashed down so flat, and they were so hard, they looked more like a seal instead of an O-ring. And believe it or not, the thing been sitting here blocking my driveway into the barn ever since about the 1st of June. And no, about the 1st of July. And we got it all put back together this evening. And it kind of reminded me of a story. One time when we was baling custom hay, my dad was at my shop when I came home, and he was working on the wear plates on the bottom of his mower. And the mower had like a 9 or 10 foot cutter on it. And whenever they're in transport, they're standing straight up so that the bottom of them's straight out away from the tractor, and you could see it real plain. And he had that lifted up there, and he had the welder all strung out there, and he'd been working on the wear plates and stuff. And he's dad don't say a lot sometimes, especially if he's pushed or whatever. You just kind of got to help him and try to stay out of his way. he looks at me and he says, "You got any matches?" And I'm like, "Oh, he's going to burn it down. He's sick of working on the thing." And we had priced a whole new set of wear plates, and it was out of sight expensive. And he said, "I'm not doing that." And so I'm like, he's figured out he's just going to burn it. I said, "Well, no, but I can get you some." And he looks right at me and he says, "Don't weld with them in your pocket." And I look at him and he's got a hole right here, burned all the way to the hide, a strip about that tall and about that long, burned all the way to the hide. He just looked at me and said, "Don't weld with them in your pocket."
One spark is all it takes.
Yes, he had a spark in there, set off that whole book of matches, and lit up his little world for a while.
Oh no!
Yeah,
that's a good 3rd-degree burn.
I'm pretty sure he wore that shirt till he got home that night too. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that shirt stuck to him too.
If you got any matches, my advice to you would be don't weld with them in your pocket.
Yep.
Any pocket to be exact.
Yeah, lighter would be worse. Just saying.
Oh, that'd be a miniature M80 going up, 480 going up in your.
Bye, Paul. Oh, I knew that was gonna happen.
Well, yeah.
I was expecting that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He just vanishes.
Mm-hmm.
He's good at doing that one. You don't say hi, bye, nothing. You just poof.
Yep. Oh man. Yep. You did, Dale. You said told you. Yep.
One thing
when he starts talking.
Do what? Now we're down to 3.
One thing I've learned about mountain lions, you deter them with a good enough voltage, they won't come back.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do something.
Because see, most of your solar panels, they'll go up to 14,000 volts at 2 amps. It won't kill an animal, but they'll light them up. And if they get hit with that, that's enough deterrent to make them think twice about coming back, because they will lose body function when they get hit by it.
Hi, Tim.
Hey, Wanda. Life with Wanda. That's a new name.
Yep. There's Life with Wanda. There's Sadie. Wendy. Sandy.
Sandy Wendy.
Mickey's Adventure.
Yeah, Mickey's Adventures was in here.
Oh, they're coming off
Stat. How are you? How are y'all? So, welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Rooster is telling us some stories.
Mm-hmm. I want to go do some night fishing tomorrow, hopefully. I just have to go get some shad. I got the bluegills. I got a few bullheads. Hey, Stat.
Yep. I guess in the morning, I'll go out there and see if there's all my goats are still out there.
You have goats
now? I would have heard. I almost guarantee I would have heard her during the day. I don't know. I just.
No. Mountain lions do not attack by the legs. They attack by the throat. So no goat's going to be able to scream. They're going to grab them by the back of their neck, clamp down, and twist and break their neck. That's how mountain lions kill. There ain't going to be a chance for them to make a noise. And they got enough jaw pressure in their mouth that they can crush a lion's neck in one bite real easy.
I'm glad we don't have mountain lions where we are. We have deer that run across the yard, but we don't have mountain lions.
We have mountain lions over here, but they stay more north and south. But we have bobcats here that they don't like me.
Sandy says that they have mountain lions. Hello, Alfonso.
Bobcats don't like me. I give them a real sore hind end.
And see, somebody had put that trail camera up, the picture. They sent it into the news, and it was on the news, where there was a bear at their feeder, and they just said it was south of Bixby, and we're south of Bixby, so I mean, so we got bears around here.
If you got bears, you got mountain lions, you got bobcats, you got lynx. And they're all meat eaters.
When we used to live in Cincinnati, I remember one night we had the windows open. It must have been a cool night for something. And I said to Josh, "What is that awful noise?" I thought somebody was in serious trouble. They sounded like somebody was screaming. And
That's
I said,
"What?
No, it wasn't." I said, "What is that?" No, I thought so. I thought, we got to call the police because somebody's gotten in trouble. They're crying out for help. And we figured out that it was actually the female foxes. And boy, were they making a heck of a racket. I thought, he said, "We're going to have to call the police," until we figured out what it was. We thought somebody was in danger.
Add motion lights ain't going to scare off a mountain lion. It'll make them more of a challenge for them to attack. It won't divert them from getting what they want. It'll make them work around the motion light. If that makes any sense.
We'll have to figure out something.
But like I said, you put that hot wire up on top of those pallets all the way around. He hits that one time, forget it. You ain't gonna see him back there again. Especially if he's right here across the chest or the stomach area where it's real soft and tender. You'll light him up. You'll light him up real good. And you get him in that soft belly part and chest part, it's gonna get him good. It's gonna light him up really good. Bobcats don't like it either.
I don't think any kind of animal likes the hot wires.
Last time I seen a bear try to bite a hot wire, he just two-step dance trying to get off of it. He came up on 2 feet and was still in his mouth, and he had his mouth closed, trying to get it loose, and he forgot to open his mouth. And see, the bad thing about hot wires are they're not a continuous hit. It's a pulsing hit. It pulsates.
I took my rocking chair out today and went outside and crocheted by our fountain, and I had to put a sweater on. I was like, yay! It's starting to become cooler weather.
It was cooler today. Yeah, it was cooler over here today. The ACs weren't. Do what now?
Chris is about ready to fall asleep back there, it looks like.
We've been going to bed early lately. Like before 10 o'clock, we're in bed already because we get up at 4:30 in the morning. To get ready and hit the gym. We're usually at the gym by 5:30. And and so and then
40 degrees, I walked outside in this t-shirt.
Yeah, it's 56 here.
I don't know what it is over here.
I'm going to email you so that I can come on one morning for the recipe thing from Wednesday.
Okay.
I'll make corn fritters. I figure that is easy, simple, but they're delicious. You pour some maple syrup over them. Yum. We did that versus hush puppies for a fish fry.
I'm doing good on this diet. They're going to make me bust.
Right.
I've only lost 25 pounds, and they're going to make me gain 50.
I have a special guest tomorrow morning. And then there's nobody after that. So whatever Wednesday you want to come up, Mary.
Be safe, Sandy.
See you later, Sandy. Thanks for coming in.
Hey, I don't get to go to work tonight. I can stay here and hang out.
I don't think they're going to pull a 6-hour live.
I didn't say that. I did not say that.
No.
You did.
Oh.
You did.
61 here, but low of 47 tonight. Wow.
I did not say that. I'm innocent on that one.
Believe it or not, I got my knees sunburned. Oh my goodness. Not fun. I did it one other time in my life. You think I'd learn that that part of your body should never be sunburned? We had a garage sale. I didn't think it was that bad. And I'm like, my knees looked like just redder than you could imagine. And we had a dear lady at our church who we drive by her house on the way home. And she's like, I've got some aloe I can give you. I'm like, oh, thank you. Some fresh aloe, because man, they were, and I had sunburn up here, but I'd worn my shirt. So instead of it being a nice V, it was a crooked V. But the knees actually hurt worse than he did.
Everybody that knows me always asks me why I keep liquid vitamin E oil in my truck. And that's why. To cure other people's sunburns.
Well,
it soaks in the skin and keeps it from burning.
Well, my grandmother used to have a huge aloe plant. I mean, this thing was monstrous. And when we moved, we couldn't take it with us. But we had like a community garage sale on Saturday. So I was out there and my daughter came for the overnight. And if anybody has, and we've done a couple of videos, if anybody has a dog and they need a backyard and they don't have one, I found a service called Sniff Spot. I wish I had thought of this myself. It has different states have it. I'm sure it's going to grow, where people open their backyard to people that don't want to go to dog parks, have someone that maybe has a reactive, dog and can't go there, and they do their backyards. And we found a couple of them for like $5 or so forth. And then you go and you rent it for the hour and you get to let your dog go running around. And Mocha's had an absolute blast the past 2 times we've taken her. So if anybody needs that, it's a great place. At least that's so nice.
Thank you, Ace. It was James Hall, Kelly at Rebel at Heart, you, Avid, and then Jennifer Ocean Homestead and Lori Cart.
Well, thank you, Ace. Aww. I guess I won.
We're special. No.
Aww.
Thank you.
Congratulations to the ones who received a membership.
You got 10 free gift memberships every month that you can give out on your channel?
No, I did not know that.
I do it every month.
I do it every month. Each time you go down to the bottom of the chat where it has a like dollar sign thing.
Well, you can't
in your YouTube channel. You can do it while you're live.
Yeah, you can't be a branded channel. So that's one thing. But Amy, nope. if you go in, you have to open another window. So open YouTube up. You have the StreamYard, but you have to open up another window like you're going into YouTube. Like you would be going into my live, okay? But you're going into your live, the one you're running right now. And you see on your live, you see the dollar sign? On the bottom of your thing, you're going to click that.
Go to my live.
Yeah, go to your live, the one you're in right now, like you're going in watching yourself.
Your live.
Okay.
Your current live you're in right now.
You see the dollar sign?
Go into the dollar sign.
No, it's not. Do you see the dollar sign? Very bottom of the chat, you'll see the dollar sign.
Yeah, right next to the smiley face.
Yeah.
Okay, press that. Do you see where it says gifted memberships? Do you see where it says 10 free memberships?
She did it.
You did it. You were given 10 free a month, and I do them on the 2nd and 4th week of the month. So I divide them. I don't throw them out all at once.
No, I divide them.
So tomorrow when you're on your live in the morning, you could do it again because I don't know if it starts on the 1st and ends on the 31st. So you may want to give the other 5 away before the 31st ends.
Okay.
You can only do it from a computer. You don't make anything off of those, and YouTube doesn't charge you for them, but they're just free. So
I didn't know that.
You learned something new.
Basically an incentive for your members to know that you have them and give them a chance to try out the gifted membership to see if they want to join your memberships. Hey, Dana.
Hello, Dana.
It's an incentive that YouTubers came up with. They've have that out for a while.
So Ace, Minty Cactus, Mickey at Critter Creek, Poetic Tears, and Kevin with Hikey with Jackie Boy. Woo woo!
And on our side, we just put up our tuna fish recipe, so our members get to see that first.
Oh, how!
And it'll be out for everybody else in a couple hours, but we put it up for our members first. So,
hey, Zachary,
if you're a member, go check it out.
It was an accident, Dale.
Yeah, he hit it and then he unhit it.
Oh, he hit add rivet.
Yeah.
You are so welcome, Minty Cactus.
Those memberships are just, we have no idea when we throw them out who gets them, but I'm glad to do it. And I've even said at one point we may get branded, may have a branded account, and then of course they take that away from you. And I said, I'm still going to do the 10 memberships a month because I love doing that. And sometimes I'll do that, even like if it's a birthday or a celebration, I'll still do that just to say thank everybody for all their support.
Why would they want to brand you for?
Well, it just means that they're just kind of verifying your account, that if it's, as you get bigger, it's just saying that one's legit. So if people are making other accounts, especially like on Facebook and stuff like that, that way you can say the one with the check, or it's a different thing under YouTube. But then that way they can't go sit there and copy, you and say, okay, here. And you can say, if you see this check mark or something, you'll know it's the official one.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But I'd still do it. I've done it before if we've had birthdays or something like that.
I'm well over 1,500, and I'm glad I'm not branded yet because I like giving up those free memberships.
And if you're branded, you also can't get memberships.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm glad I'm not branded.
We're like 16 away from 1900. We were like, I can't, I'll get there.
I'm still 400 and change away from that. I mean, I'm still quite a ways away from that one.
Yeah, but if you look at it and say you're building a community, not an audience, because it's all about the connection. And then we're doing blessings through connection. So that's a great way for anybody, whether you have content on your channel or not, to be able to meet each other and connect with each other and so forth. So we have the other one going too as well.
At one time, I was really into creating content and getting members. But since I started doing Bible studies and doing what God wants me to do on the platform, I'll let him take care of that part.
I'm going to get back in the swing. I've gotten a little behind with the devotions, but I'm going to get back in the swing. After my aunt passed in March, it took a lot out of me for a little bit.
Oh, I understand that. I understand sometimes everybody needs to take a break.
But slowly getting back.
I started again.
But when I go back and look at some of the recordings I did for the devotion, I literally looked like I was so tired and exhausted, because then I had some health issues after that, and it wore me out.
Well, I can understand being tired, because with me doing long hours at work and coming home and trying to come up with a Bible study for Sunday night, that took wear and tear on me. But now that I got this vacation time, it's more of a time to recharge and rejuvenate, get my energy back and strength back where it needs to be, in the right places.
That's what I'm trying to do. Slowly but surely.
That's why I go out to nature and go fishing and stuff, and it's not only just to fish, but to connect with God and his creation and give him the blessings for everything he's created out there.
Oh, absolutely.
See all his wonderful paintings he makes.
We have a place called Mount Gees. I went up there the other day and was on a live and showing everybody. Of course, we've been up there before. Beautiful eagle. It wasn't an American bald eagle, but it was in the eagle family. Just gorgeous, just flying. And I said, boy, if that isn't just God telling me. It just was a moment to just look and go, God's creation is so amazing. He's just flying right up there.
Hey, Judy.
Hi, Judy.
Hey, that's where I got the name for the hot sauce and salsas is from God's creations. So that one's stuck.
It was just beautiful.
God's creations, hot sauce and salsa. I just gotta get to making it.
I love it.
That's a good name.
Yeah. And then Gail's Southern Living is coming up with her Fall Fest, so that'll be fun.
I think I send not only will I send Chris a jar of hot sauce and salsa, I send a cup salsa and hot sauce to Dale too.
Nice. I love that everybody's connecting in the chat on your end, Mary, I believe. Zachary's Lego Club and Vilma's Crochet. I'm seeing that.
I love it too. I love seeing all the connection happening. It's all about the connection.
Yes.
I gotta bring that.
And I'm debating, and I don't know. When my aunt passed, kind of StreamYard was, doing everything, and so I thought we didn't have the funds to do the amount it was asking for another year, so I went with Streamlabs, but it is so hard to like collaborate with people on there versus what StreamYard is. So I'm debating if I should just go back to StreamYard, even though I paid for a year of Streamlabs, but I'm like, unless I can figure it out enough to be able to do it, because I miss that. They haven't been able to do it. And then I loved it because in July, StreamYard came up and said, "Oh, we have a half price special for the month of July." I'm like, "You have got to be kidding me!"
Oh no!
I was so mad. But you know, after she passed, and then I winded up in the hospital on Easter. I'm like, that was the last thing I was thinking about. I was just like,
yeah,
I should have just paid it by the month and then done it, but I didn't. So we'll see.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah, we just pay it by the month.
Yeah, I may have to go back to that, but
one question.
What?
Chris, one question.
What's up?
Would you like your peppers roasted or raw? To go into salsa and hot sauce.
Either or. I have no preference either way.
Okay, because I know one way makes them hotter, and the other way just keeps them a little bit cooler.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking, because if I roast hot peppers, that make them hotter.
Right.
And if I just keep them raw, it won't be as hot.
No, either way is fine.
All right.
What kind of peppers you got in them? Or going to have in it?
I got a couple, some Anaheim, some habaneros. I got some sweet peppers that ain't hot. That's for flavor and color.
Right.
Put a couple bell peppers in there with them. And we'll have a couple, I forgot the other names of these. I think the Reaper and Ghost in there.
Nice.
So if I roast them, they're gonna be a little spicy.
Yeah.
Huh. Rhonda Senior. She is the first one to say hi, Christopher.
Hello, Rhonda. I thought Christopher heard hot sauce and he popped his head in.
Yes, because he's just like his dad. He likes the hot stuff. Yes, He likes the hot stuff. Yep.
That's just for the hot sauce. The salsa is going to have a little bit more flavor to it.
Yeah.
The hot sauce is just going to be straight.
Thank you, Mary.
Just a little bit of peppers in there.
Yeah, we went to that.
That's hi, Christopher.
What was it? Hunting and Fishing Expo at the.
Yeah, I remember you eating them on that one.
Yeah, that they had this little stand over there, and I was like, "Ooh, salsa!" And they were giving out They had those little 1-inch deep cups that you can get at the salsa bar, whatever. And I walked over there, and it's like, "What kind of salsa you got?" And he started going into it. And I was like, "You know what? Never mind. Give me the hottest one you have." He's like, "Oh, okay." So he grabbed the little thing and got the little deal, and it was pretty good. It was one of those where it's not just hot and doesn't really taste like anything. It was actually really good. Like, it tasted good and had heat, which is kind of nice because I hate stuff that's just hot and doesn't have any kind of flavor what's the point in that? Like, I get it. It's hot. Okay, cool. But it's food. I still want it to taste good. I don't want it to just be hot and taste like crap. I want it to taste good and kick me in the face.
Let's see, hot sauce and salsa should always have flavor.
Oh, yeah.
Is a heat. If you get hot sauce that just has a straight heat to it without flavor.
Many people, that's all they do. They just throw hot at it, and it turns out to taste like garbage, but it's super hot. And that's what they're after. They're like, "Oh, my Lord, it's so hot." That is not the point. The point is not to get it as hot as humanly possible, and it tastes like garbage. The point is it tastes good. If I'm eating something, I want it to taste good. That's the first point. I want it to taste good. And then if it kicks me in the face, that's just a bonus. But I want it to taste good first.
Right.
By all means, I want it to kick me in the face. But I want it to taste good while it does it. So many places I've gone that it is ungodly hot, but doesn't taste good. Like, it's just hot. and that makes no sense to me.
My dad had a ladyfinger in it as well.
Yeah.
The ladyfinger hot pepper.
We had some one time, and I just got these peppers at, like, the farmer's market up here at the pizza or whatever, and they just called them cow horn peppers. I'm like, okay, cool. Ooh. And they were really, really good. They weren't super hot.
No, they're good. They have a lot of flavor.
They were down there in between, like, a really nice hot jalapeno and a habanero, like that. They weren't hot, but they were just.
Yeah, you're looking about maybe 1,100 Kelvin heat on a pepper scale.
Right.
It wasn't really hot, but it was.
They weren't really spicy hot, but man, they tasted good. Well, I grew a bush out here one year and got just a crap ton of them, and I'd wait till they turned red, and then they got about as big around as a jalapeno, but like 6 inches long.
Mm-hmm.
Were green, and then as soon as they turned red, I'd pull them, I'd slice them up like jalapenos, like the dill pickle slices, and then I dehydrated them and put them in a spice grinder, and we are just now running out of them, and it's been like at least 2 years ago, and we put that crap on everything. We would make all kinds of stuff and just put some in there because it tasted good. It would give it a little spice, but its flavor was really, really, really good.
I got a guy in South Carolina. He sent me a box of hot peppers.
Yeah.
I have one in there that lit me up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a new pepper that he made up. He came up with. I forgot the name of it. Oh Lord, I couldn't talk for an hour. That was so hot. I mean,
I can't do
how much milk or how much bread I ate or sugar I ate.
No matter what.
Well, no matter what.
There's a guy at work that grows.
I could breathe, but I couldn't talk.
And he likes the hot peppers, and he grows some, and he's got like the Trinidad Moruga and the Scotch bonnet, and like some pretty high up there, on the top 10 list. And he really likes them. So I got some at the Okie Expo in Pryor. We got some Carolina Reaper infused honey, and I took it up there, and he got some of that, and I thought he'd be able to do it just fine because he eats all the hot peppers and stuff all the time, so I figured it'd be fine. It was not.
Thank you, Dale.
It was
for
not
the $4.99.
It was not fine at all.
And he said, "Let's spray the skull, people."
I even ate one of his other peppers that looks like a little roasted chocolate bar called a chocolate crematale.
Yeah.
It makes you sweat profusely, and you sit in air conditioning. Talk about being thirsty. Don't drink water.
You guys can have all the hot stuff.
It's not the seeds that get you. Everybody thinks it's the seeds. It's a capsaicin that's in that little white membrane inside the pepper.
Did you know what that little white membrane is actually called?
No.
It's weird, but they call it a placenta. I was like, say what?
Yeah, that placenta is so... those placentas are maximized, loaded in capsaicin.
Yeah, that's where the capsaicin actually comes from. And that's why the seeds have a little more heat than like the meat part. But that little that placenta in there is
it's
soaks
full
it
of
up.
Capsaicin.
Yeah.
If you ever get them,
I didn't know what that thing was called. I was watching. I think I was watching the Pepper Guru or something, and he was calling that. And I looked it up, and I was like, "No crap, that's actually what it's called."
If you ever want to eat hot peppers and you cut them open, and you take out the seeds, and you eat the seeds with that white placenta in it, don't come running to me that you made that mistake. You take out that white placenta, then you can eat it. Then you can eat it.
Dill's number one.
My dad was he had peppers when he was younger. He had stuffed peppers, and then when my mom made them one time, and then he couldn't eat them. He got he had issues, and my daughter. We never grew up on peppers because he couldn't have them. He was allergic. My daughter has the same thing. Now, I love salsa, but you have to have it very mild, and I love putting salsa and sour cream together. I'm having it that way. But if it's spicy, no, I don't want it. And my husband can't have spicy stuff, so you all can have all the peppers you want. Not this girl.
I know a lot of people's gallbladders are set differently because I know people that love hot stuff, the gallbladders are set for spicy stuff. But when they have gallbladder surgery and they have part of it taken out or something, after that they can't have spicy stuff anymore because it upsets their stomach.
Yep.
It's a gallbladder part of your body that will either accept the heat or deny it.
Dell said they just had cream cheese bacon wrapped jalapenos.
You know.
Yeah, I'll be sending you a jar of God's Country salsa and hot sauce too.
I've never really been a fan of jalapenos, which is weird because
jalapenos are just weak.
Yeah, well, not just that. I just don't like the flavor of them. It's weird. I like the hot peppers and all, but I've just never I've never been a fan of jalapenos. Just something about the taste of them is just.
Jalapenos is just basically a green, spicy pepper. There's no flavor to them.
Yeah, it's just I don't like it.
Yeah, I know it's a big thing. Like that, almost every barbecue we go to, they got the jalapeno popper things, and
yeah,
I'm not either.
The only reason why they do the jalapeno poppers in most parties, because the jalapeno poppers are so mild.
Mm-hmm.
They're like 350 on the Kelvin unit, if that. 250 to 300 on the Kelvin. They're not that hot. Habanero's about maybe 360, 370. But you go up in the ghost peppers and the Grim Reapers, you're getting up in the 1 and 2,000 Kelvins. Then the ladyfingers going about 2,000 to 2,500.
Oh, thank you.
The hotter the peppers, the higher the Kelvin unit jumps up.
We have like a church luncheon, and if anybody has cooked anything with peppers in it, they've got to let my daughter know, because she can get her stomach just gets torn up with it. So she's got to be very careful when it comes to it. Doesn't handle it well. I don't handle it well.
Some people can't. Some people's gallbladders cannot accept pepper.
Well, I think too, if you're raised with it, if like we weren't raised with it. My mother didn't cook with peppers because my dad was allergic.
Mm-hmm.
If we ate peppers, then he was having stomach issues for the next day. So it wasn't something I was raised with. And I didn't really like
tolerance for it. So yeah.
Yes.
You came up with a tolerance against it, so you came up with a tolerance against spicy stuff. So now if you have it, it's going to cause you pain and sickness.
And it was my aunt, not the aunt that passed away, because I always found salsa. It was like, I enjoyed salsa, but sometimes it can be spicy. And she was the one that said put sour cream in it. And that's the way I like my salsa. I can tolerate it that way. But
You know
now
why
my
she
daughter couldn't
sour
tolerate
cream in it?
salsa at all because it would have the peppers in it.
You know why they said to put salsa in it?
Or sour cream, it cools it down.
No, it don't cool it down. It dissipates the heat to where it can last longer and take a lot less of it. Takes for when people that don't like real hot spicy stuff, if they put sour cream in it, it won't kill the heat, but it'll help neutralize some of the capsaicin that's in it. And neutralize most of the capsaicin, but the seeds will still have the heat.
Yeah.
But you won't get all the capsaicin. Hey, Marketplace.
Marketplace.
Hi, Marketplace.
And Dale says he's marked safe from caring about T Swift and Kelsey's engagement.
I'm so far behind him, whatever it is.
I don't.
They just got engaged today, y'all.
What you do? What you do? Jesus is Lord.
Listen, I'm a big I've nothing against David Hasselhoff. I'm a big Knight Rider fan, and I watch it for Kit, not necessarily him. He's a good actor, and he has given and donated and all that kind of stuff over the years to people and so forth. But you know what? There was a recent thing. This was probably about 5 or 6 years ago, and I just came across it on YouTube. And his daughter, his beautiful daughter, who was a real estate agent, and he was going to sell his home. And he says to his daughter, he says, "You got to get me a bigger home." I'm like, "Why do you need a bigger home?" And then he says, "And when you get me the bigger home," he said, "I want a driveway so that when people show up, they know I've made it to Hollywood and I'm the Hoff." And I'm thinking, do you really need a bigger driveway for people to know you've been successful in Hollywood? I'm sitting there thinking to myself, you're not married, you're living by yourself. Why do you need a bigger house with a driveway big enough so people know when they arrive? I can't wrap. I just can't. I'm thinking, take that money,
rich people
use it for someplace good, please.
Rich people don't think about things. They just want something bigger and better.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I couldn't. And he's a great actor, but I just couldn't wrap my head around that one. I just thought, you've made it. Don't worry. You've made it.
They're disconnected from reality.
Go help somebody. Go do something. Don't get, bigger house with a bigger driveway so people know you made it. I'm sorry. I could not understand why.
They need to go and turn their lives over to Jesus.
I remember going down because we used to live in Florida, and there's a place you go down in A1A, and it's Millionaires Drive. I mean, the houses are beautiful, and they had the house, and then across the street they had a matching little beach house. And I said to my daughter, if I'm ever wealthy enough to have a house and a matching beach house next to it, and there's not a veteran in there or a single mother, you better figure out where you can put me. Because I said I couldn't do it. To know that there's a veteran on the street that didn't have a place and a roof over their head, or a single mother that was trying to just make ends meet and get her feet on the ground, I said I couldn't do it. There's no way.
Can't remember.
Oh.
Reverend Joe Jacobson. Was Reverend Joe Jacobson ever in the military?
I cannot remember.
We can't remember.
I think he was.
And there's never enough yarn. Sure.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Joe.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Exactly. The rainbow was a gift from God saying that he would not flood us again. God gave us the sign of the rainbow saying he'd never flood this earth again. It wasn't for the rainbow for it to take it over.
Oh, he was not. I have hearing issues. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
He hasn't.
I thought
My
he
dad
was.
served in the military 28 years, 10 months, and 6 days. U.S. Navy.
My dad was a retired full board colonel of the Air Force.
My uncle was a forward observer in the Marines during Vietnam, which was a very difficult assignment.
The military, but they wouldn't take me.
They did the same thing for my husband. My husband had his Achilles tendons were too tight. They wouldn't take him. But they wanted him, a lot, because when he took the AFET test, he literally ranked so high, they wanted him to be a nuclear engineer on a nuclear sub.
I had
and
one
he's
of the,
like,
nope,
I'm not going in there.
I had one of the doctors says I was too crazy. The psych eval.
Right.
I was messing with the doctors in there. Apparently, he took me seriously.
I had an uncle that they wouldn't let go to the military because his psych evals. They said that we really want you to, but we can't let you. And he's like, why? He's like, because our thing says you'd be a good killer, but you might not be able to control when you do it. I'm like, well, dang, that kind of sucks.
Hey, I just told the guy that was doing psych eval, give me one box of bullets, put me within 1,000 yards of the enemy commander, and the war would be over. Because why would you need a box of bullets? This is one for the leader and one for everyone down below him until we stop the war on the other end. He goes, where would the fun be in that? It says, a quick war.
War ain't supposed to be fun.
Just get it over with.
My husband wanted to work on with the jets. He wanted to repair the airplanes on the deck. Yeah. He's like, and my husband is like 6'2", 6'4". He said, I am not fitting in any submarine. It's not happening. But they said his Achilles tendons were too tight, so they wouldn't take him. But they very much wanted him because of how high he ranked on the AFET test.
Wow.
Yeah, the site guy says, if you do that to them, what would make you think you wouldn't turn the rifle around and do it to your own commanders? This is, you got too many snipers on your side.
Right.
He goes, failed. You ain't no fun. He goes, what, you were joking the whole time? I said, yeah, I was pulling your leg the whole time, but thanks for the fail, even though I still wanted to get in. I tried 6 times to get in. The eval guys just don't like me.
My dad would have stayed in, but he missed. He went for the chief. I think it was the chief's test. He was a first-class petty officer, so whatever the next rank is. And he missed it by like a couple points. He was so mad. So he had to leave, but he would have stayed in even longer if it hadn't been for that.
The second time I wanted to go in as an explosive specialist. He goes, I don't want to even ask. He didn't even ask the question why. He just failed. I go, what? He goes, didn't even ask. He says, I remembered you from last time.
Like, you keep coming back. We're going to keep saying no.
Hey, I went out of state to another city to do it the 3rd time. And that eval guy almost passed me.
Good night, Bimma.
Yep. The other guy almost passed me until he put me through the physical, which I was doing good. Then he got a phone call from my state, where I was from that site guy says, you got a crazy guy that's trying to pass over there, aren't you? He goes, yeah. He goes, so far he's doing good. He goes, have you done the psych on him? He goes, yeah. He passed that one. He goes, fail him.
Good night, Reverend Joe Jacobson.
Good night, Reverend.
Good night.
Thank y'all for coming in.
But I don't know why they have to check in your surrounding city where you came from if you passed or not. I wish they would have done that because I'd have made it done the third time.
Well, to all that have served, thank you so much for your service and your sacrifice and your family sacrifice.
I thank you for the service, even though I did try to honestly get in and serve, which I wanted to do. But
well, thank you for trying.
All right.
I failed 6 times in a row.
It's like my husband. I said, thank you for even trying. You know, if you tried and you weren't able to do it, at least you tried and you stepped up. And so thank you so much, not only for people that serve, that gave their ultimate price, but their families too as well. Because I didn't realize till I was older that when my dad served, and he was, especially when he was in reserves, he would work 5 days a week. And then he would go down to the Navy base down in Miami. So that was an hour drive. So we'd go and do that for the weekend. Then he would work another 5 days before he had a weekend off. Well, that also meant that my mother was serving too, because she had him away for a weekend when he would go down to the Naval Reserve training duty down in Miami. So I didn't get that till I was older. You know, that was the sacrifice. But we went on several of his reserve. We went to Washington, D.C. I went to New Orleans. I went to California. Several of them that we went to.
Yeah.
And got to go.
After I failed that 6th time in the 70s, they came up with a draft. I'm like, cool, I'll sign this. So if war comes up, I'll automatically get in. Signed up and no war.
Hi, Julie. Julie
Hey,
Cook.
Julie.
Jen said he missed by 3 points in the same questions twice.
Oh, I hated them questionnaires.
I think if I had to, I've thought about it. I was going to serve in the Navy, but I think because I had asthma, I don't think I would have been able to get in. But I look back going, I really wish I had tried.
The only thing I really hated was fear of heights, which they would help me get over real quick if I went in the Army. Jumping out of airplanes with a parachute.
Yeah, no.
At 30,000 feet, yeah, no thank you.
No way.
Nope. I'd probably ended up in a brig for assaulting an officer. They need to throw me out the plane anyway.
Well, we're all in God's army, that's for sure.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's the best army to be in. You don't have to worry about jumping out of the planes.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not somebody who likes things. I look at it this way. I am the small world kind of ride. I had a friend of mine, because when my grandparents were, as I was growing up, my grandfather was a quadriplegic, so he was in a wheelchair. He couldn't move by the low of the neck because he had MS, which is multiple sclerosis. And so we would go to Disney World. We went about every 2 years. And I had a friend next door to my grandparents that would come with us every once in a while. And she went, and she said to me, now, Mary, this ride is very slow. I promise you, you'll love it. It's really fun. And I go, okay. So my mother and I got in the front seat, and she and my grandmother got on the back seat, and we started going. And I was like, looking back at her thinking, Kimmy, when you get off of this ride, you better run, because I'm going to clobber you. It was Thunder Mountain. It was not slow. Not one.
All you had to do is say the name, and I knew what ride you were on.
Oh my goodness! No way. That was it. She got off that ride. I said, better run.
Hey, Kelly. Hey, Lisa.
Hi, Kelly.
I said, I'm going to get you.
I've never flown, and I've never been on roller coasters or Ferris wheels because I don't do heights. Anything over the third floor, I won't go past.
I just like the small world. That's my kind of ride. I have no desire for any of those other rides.
Out of a plane with a pack on my back and looking at the ground coming at me at 3,000 miles an hour. No, thank you.
And I liked Pirates of the Caribbean, right? And I was fine because it went down. I screamed as it went down that really, that little part. Then I was fine because it was a slow ride. I got through that until they decided to make. And every year we used to go, or every couple of years we went. It seemed like the slope got bigger and longer, and then they made it blacked out for some reason. I have no idea why.
No, I still don't do roller coasters.
Yeah, I don't like roller coasters. I can't do heights. Flew in an airplane one time.
You did better than I did.
You took a helicopter ride.
And I did do a helicopter ride. Wasn't feeling the greatest during the helicopter ride. So
hey, you did two better than me.
But he also kind of did the whole whoop-de-doos and stuff, so.
Oh, he's trying to make her get nauseous.
Oh, I was already feeling like, before we even got on the helicopter.
Well, she had butterflies just thinking about it.
Yeah, just thinking about it. I was already.
And I was ready to go.
Good night, Bowen.
I don't get nauseous. I get real bad anxiety attacks when I get near something like that to get on them. My anxiety gets to a level where no, my anxiety will actually put me on my butt.
If I
get planes, helicopters, or anything that's going to take me higher than that, no.
The ride at Epcot with the big golf ball thing?
Mm-hmm.
Well, my grandfather wanted to ride on that once in his life. And he was, of course, again, a quadriplegic. So they didn't have any place in that for wheelchairs. Some of the rides will have a place for you to have the wheelchairs in, but this one they didn't. So he was so determined to ride this ride. So he decided he was going to ride it. So they stopped the ride, and two men lifted him, or several of them lifted him in the seat. And my dad was on one side, my mother was on one side, or my grandmother, I can't remember which, but kind of both on one side to kind of hold him in one place. Well, he had these very slippery polyester pants.
Oh.
And the ride is kind of slippery.
Uh-huh.
So as the ride is going on, he is smiling and laughing, living his best life. And you can see him going like this. He's slipping as the ride is going on because the pants in the seat. So when it gets to the end, they stop the ride. And so people, when they have multiple sclerosis, sometimes when they'll have spasms and they'll actually get like straight as a board. So they thought, we'll just pick him up. We'll put him back in his wheelchair. They'll be dead weight. So that's exactly what they did. He had a spasm. His pants fell down and he had nothing underneath. He is laughing in hysterics over this. He is just absolutely laughing. My grandmother she's Scottish. She is having a fit. And she said, George, stop laughing. Stop laughing. He is laughing up a storm. She said, you're never going on that ride again. He said, I don't want to. He said, I just had it. He said, I'm happy. He was determined. Oh my goodness. She was flipping out because she just saw him going down and she's like, oh my goodness. I don't think she enjoyed that one. He was on it because she was afraid he was going to fall in the seat. It was, oh my goodness. I don't think it.
You got to ride it once. That's all he wanted.
That's all he wanted was once. And he was just laughing. He was just having a good old time. And she was so mad with him. And he was my grandfather was the most gentle man, and just you know what, he may not have been able to move below the neck, but he wanted to put a smile on your face and make you happy, no matter what, despite what he was going through. He was just the most amazing man that I've ever met in my life, and I'm so glad I had the opportunity
real
to meet
outdoor
him.
living.
They have an awesome channel.
You do have an awesome channel.
The Real Outdoor Living?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like the name. Yeah.
Are you locked in? Awesome channel.
Are you locked in? Okay.
I almost mispronounced that name.
Right? I was like, wait. It's one of those ones. You know how people have their license plates and you try and figure out what they mean, and it's like
for 10 minutes
Wait, what?
No, that's not right.
Yeah, that's not right. There's Mitzi DeLuca. Hello. Long day of gardening canning.
Thank you for saving me.
Yeah, because I would have totally not. Yeah.
Me and Amy would have tore that name up.
Yes. I was like, rulockedin.
I wouldn't even try to pronounce it. I just read it the way it was in.
Well,
yeah.
It's like add a rivet.
Yeah, it's just like add a rivet.
Yeah, add a rivet. Hey,
there's Lori.
Hey, Lori.
Hi, Lori.
Hey, add a rivet was easy. Just add ADRVT, so I added the I and E to it. So add a rivet.
Yeah.
You still started with A.
I did an interview on his channel. Are You Locked In? Chip is great. Such an awesome community of people coming together to help support each other. Great guy.
Go back and watch that one.
Awesome interview.
Because most of the time you're live, I'm asleep.
Well, see, you have to go back and watch. If anybody wants to go back and watch our stuff, I would be very, very grateful. I don't quite understand this, and I'm trying not to panic my little self over here. But when I go look at the analytics and it says 365 days, it says 3,829 hours. And I'm like, I'm getting a little worried that they're going to sit there and say, sorry, you're not at the 4,000. I don't think they're going to do that, but I'd like to bump it up. When you look at like the analytics and you look at watch hours and you go to 365 days, it says right now it says 3,800 and like 29, and I'm like, I hope they're not going to say you're not above the 4,000 mark. So they haven't sent me an email that we're in jeopardy, but I'm like, anybody wants to give us a little bit more of a buffer, I'll be glad. I don't quite understand it.
What's your sub count?
Well, I think we're like 22 away from 1,900.
And did you go through the control panel to see what your master watch hours are?
They're over like 7,500.
Oh, so you're past your 4K watch hours.
It says a lifetime. It's over like 7 something. We're monetized. Right. Thank you, Chip, so much.
That's what I'm saying.
Thank you so much.
Once you're over that 4,000, you don't have to worry about it anymore.
Thank you, Real Outdoor Living.
Okay. I just looking at that, and I was sitting there going, wait a minute. when you look,
Good night, James.
Once you hit that 4,000 watch hours, when you hit 1,000, that's locked in.
Okay.
Just as long as you keep your watch hours going up at a steady pace, you're good.
Okay.
It's when your watch hours start dropping is when YouTube starts looking into your channel to see what's going wrong.
Yeah. But monetization goes by 365 days. So it's so confusing to totally understand. And see, when my aunt passed, things happened and I didn't do as much as I was doing. Now I'm kind of getting back in the swing of things. But if anybody wants to go, any one of these great people on this panel and anybody within the chat, going and watching their stuff really helps, to do it. If you want to help them and you can't do a super chat, go watch some things of theirs. It will help them.
Tony and Angie.
Yeah, Tony and Angie are in Juneau, Alaska, sitting on the balcony of their ship, drinking some cold ones. Nice. We're at 6K at 365 and 7K on lifetime. Just need the 1K subs.
We're helping you. We're
Last time I checked my last month.
Thank you, Ace.
Thank you, Ace.
Views, it was I think 4.5 views. 4.5 thousand views. In climbing. The watch hours keep climbing up on for some reason.
Well, what got to me too was that I went in there and I could see it kind of, dropping off, like, how they do when you look at the 365 and then they start dropping the watch hours back. And I'm like, that was going, oh my goodness.
Night, Dale.
Good night, Dale.
Even though you do a 365 for a year, you still get that basic 4K that you get when you hit 1K. They just want to see your watch hours still climb, or climb at a steady pace, or just jump up there. If it jumps up there, they're going to be looking at see what video or what live where it jumped.
Well, the past couple of days they've gone backwards a little bit, so I don't totally understand it. I don't get it. I'm like, I'm just keep doing my thing, because if I think it's like algebra. I didn't understand algebra, so I'm not going to try to understand the analytics of it all.
Well, see, all you got to do is just keep
going,
your channel going and going forward. And as long as they see that, they know it's going to keep going and keep climbing, and the ads that you're going to have on your channel is going to pay them and pay you. Because they get a bigger cut of the ads than you get.
Well, y'all, I appreciate y'all coming up here and spending some time with me. I had a rough afternoon, so evening, afternoon, whatever. And
don't do no high knees for the no high
and
knees.
they were gonna be the next ones I did the exercise with, and so it's like
no more high knees in the water dish.
No.
Backward high knees in the water dish.
So I'll have to go in there and do it with s'mores. So
just don't step in the food dish with food in it.
No. No.
So
I appreciate. I'm sorry I was so late, Amy. It is okay, Lori. It is okay. I want to thank everybody who connected with each other tonight in the chat.
Absolutely.
And thank y'all for coming and supporting Mary and myself and Avid and Paul Case and, just everybody in the chat. So, Bushcrafty Cooks, hello. Matter of fact, if you're up for it, we'll feature you in our magazine. That's on your end, Mary. So.
Yep. Well, that's what we did. Chip did. He does, the Are You Locked In magazine, and we were featured on last week. So
that's cool.
Back and forth. So you guys got to go check out that interview. It was really cool.
That's cool.
It was just, so cool. It was an honor to be there. And one thing that I can say is he has encouraged me, and I didn't realize I encouraged him. And sometimes we need to realize that we sometimes encourage each other when we don't realize we have. And if people realize, for those that are sitting there going, I don't feel like I'm ever going to get to the monetization. But you know what? If we realize there's 150 million YouTube channels, only 3 million of them are monetized. If you have made it to monetization, or you're getting to monetization,
that's a milestone.
Hats off to you, because it's so small in the cogwheel of YouTube.
But here's one tip I got for people that's coming up on monetization, and they're at 500 and they don't have the watch hours. Go live.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go live. Do your hours on live, because you'll get your watch hours 10 times faster on lives than you do videos. You get your watch hours, you get your everything you need to get monetization through lives.
And do things like this, because this helps. This whole thing that we're doing, we've introduced people to Chris and Amy and Avid Fishermen and people within the chat and so forth. This is how you come together, and and there's a different crowd tonight than there would be when I come on with Amy and share the corn fritters. And it's all about making the connection. I know YouTube has the subscribe button on their channel. You can't get rid of that. That's what they have. But I'm not connected or feel any kind of emotional connection with Netflix, Hulu. I'm subscribed to all those. But if something else comes out better, I'm going over to that. I have a connection because these are friends. And so take the subscribe button and just say, that's YouTube's thing. Change it in your head to the connection button. When you change it to that, don't look at somebody's name. Go in and look at their channel. It changes how you look at it, because you are making those connections and you are connecting with each other and making friends. You are not subscribing. That's all. That's the way I've looked at it, and it changes how you look at it.
Yeah, because when you go on live, not only will you change the algorithm for your channel, but the likes and the interaction you have with people on your panel, like Amy will tell you, if you keep your panel and your chat interacted with you, and you know this one as well, Blessed, if you have an interaction with your chat as well as your guests, your algorithms are going to go higher, faster, quicker.
Sure.
Yeah.
And you'll be put in more areas where people can watch you and see you.
For sure.
Yep.
Because YouTube can be a fickle thing, but it's how you use it to your advantage to be seen by more people.
And don't try to make it something it's not. Have YouTube be YouTube. And if we realize too, Amy and Chris, there could be another channel named exactly their name, or Avid Fisherman or mine. But guess what? They're not going to be the same, because there's only one me. There's only one Amy and Chris. There's only one Avid Fish. Nobody else is like you.
Yep.
They can't.
One thing I'll tell you, and Bless will tell you, and Amy and Chris will tell you, is if you're doing a channel or thinking of doing a channel, be you.
Exactly.
Don't hide anything. Be straight you of who you are and do you.
Yep.
Yep. Everybody saw me tonight. Everybody saw me tonight. I was crying, y'all. I was crying.
And you'll find out you'll go
I'm
a
still.
lot farther with you being you and being open about who you are.
Yep.
You'll get more people to follow you.
And one quick tip, if you're going to share your stuff, share from a playlist. If you have everything on a playlist, share from the playlist, because there's a different URL that comes out when you share from the playlist than when you share from regularly. And that means when someone goes and they watch that video, if you share from the playlist, and I got this from Tuber Chat, it's going to go into the next video and the next one and the next one. So they may be a binge watcher. And so share from your playlist, put things in playlists and then share from that.
I think my channel automatically has things set in certain playlists, like my cooking, my fishing, and my Bible studies.
Now you have to make the playlist to put it together. But if you're going to share that same video, go to your playlist and find that video and share from the playlist, because then it'll feed off of it'll just continue playing stuff from that playlist.
Yep. Well, I love you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and end the live, but I got 2 lives tomorrow. I have my Wednesday at 10 o'clock in the morning for Amy's Community Kitchen. I do have a special guest in the morning. And then I have my What's Up Wednesday at 5 o'clock Central Standard Time. So
actually, Amy's new What's Up Wednesdays, Amy's Hump Day.
Okay, little secret. When you touch the heart or emotions on the side, it boosts the channel as well as the person pressing the heart. It's engagement. Oh, yeah, I do that all the time for
every time you guys press the heart that's in chat, you also help boost the algorithm for the channel. It's like after you hit the thumbs up, you can hit that heart 100,000 times, and it's just going to give that algorithm that much more of a boost.
Absolutely.
Well, I hope y'all check out each other's channel. Hit the thumbs up for y'all. And I'm going to head to bed. And I will see y'all tomorrow.
And hugs.
Or some of y'all tomorrow.
Hopefully you feel better.
I feel a little better, but it's still an emotional thing, because we have to deal with it tomorrow too. So
yeah, it's just this part of the life, part of the living. You're gonna have a loss. It's just how are you gonna deal with it, and who are you gonna give it to?
Yep.
I'm glad when I came in, I could make you smile with the flamingo glasses.
Yeah, I saw those glasses and I was like,
Mary. Flamingo glasses.
So. You know, my mother got these from a lady in our church because she gave my daughter these glasses. They were sunflowers. And we were talking about paparazzi. I don't know how we got on that subject in a Bible study, but we did. And the next week she came and she gave my mother these flamingo glasses because my mother likes flamingos. And I've kind of hijacked them, and everybody loves them. I go on the source and put them on there.
Bring them over here because my sister thinks you won't have them.
Everybody gets a laugh out of them.
Good night, everybody. God bless.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Good night.
God bless you.